Today we are going to discuss about income elasticity of demand. What is income elasticity of demand? Income elasticity of demand is defined as the percentage change in the quantity demand of a goods divided by the percentage change in the income of the consumer. But consumer income जदि बढ़ुची या फिर कमुची किते परसेंटेज रे बढ़ुची कमुची सेटा केमती क्वांटिटी डिमांड गोटे प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड ऊपर केमती अफेक्ट करूची सेटा को हमें इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड तो एटा केमती डिवाइड करे ना जति के परसेंटेज रे क्वांटिटी डिमांड रहुथिबो डिवाइडेड बाय द परसेंटेज चेंज इन इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर जे कि हमें इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड को सिंबल रे ई वाई बोली कि शो करूंगी equal to delta q हमें कौचे कौन ना क्वांटिटी डिमांड ओके बाय डेल्टा y जोटा को हमें कौचे हमारा इनकम देन इनटू y by q y हमारा इनकम q हमारा क्वांटिटी डिमांड परसेंट जो डेल्टा q जोटा थिला हमें कहतले चेंज इन क्वांटिटी डिमांड डेल्टा y थिला हमारा चेंज इन इनकम देन देखबा टाइप्स ऑफ इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड income elasticity of demand types. First asla high income elasticity. When the quantity demand of a goods increases by a larger percentage as compared with the income of the consumer, income elasticity of demand is high. जेतेबेले quantity demand टा कोन ना of a goods मतलब high percentage रे increase करि जाए and compared to income of the consumer then से टाइम रे हमें कोचे एटा होची हमरो high income elasticity of demand. Then हमारा असला unitary income elasticity. When percentage change in quantity demand is equal to percentage change in income, then we call it is income elasticity of demand is unitary. जेतिकी परसेंटेज रे चेंज होछिबो हमर क्वांटिटी डिमांड या फिर इंक्रीज करथुबो या फिर डिक्रीज करथुबो सेही परसेंटेज रे कोन होथुबो ना हमर इनकम भी इंक्रीज करथुबो या फिर डिक्रीज करथुबो तो सेटा हमर हैला यूनिटरी इनकम इलास्टिसिटी. Then low income elasticity को केस रे ना when the quantity demand of a good increases by a smaller percentage as compared to the income of the consumer, then income elasticity of demand is low. जितेबेले क्वांटिटी डिमांड टा इंक्रीज करछो बाय अ स्मॉलर पर्सन अल्प मात्रा रे इंक्रीज करछो अल्प परसेंट रे इंक्रीज करूची विथ कंपेयर टू हमरा इनकम तो सेतेबेले हम कहछे हम इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड इज लो. देन जीरो इनकम इलास्टिसिटी को टाइम रे हम ना व्हेन द क्वांटिटी डिमांड ऑफ अ गुड्स रिमेन अनचेंज्ड अपॉन द चेंज ऑफ इनकम मतलब इनकम रे चेंज हला बेलकु हम क्वांटिटी डिमांड रे चेंज हो नथिबो तो से केस रे हमर रोची जीरो इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड एंड ए केस रे हमर इनकम इलास्टिसिटी होची जीरो. And then asla हमर नेगेटिव इनकम इलास्टिसिटी when the quantity demand of a goods fall in response to an increase in income. इनकम बढ़िला बेलकु हमर क्वांटिटी डिमांड टा कोन होची कमे जाउछ तो से केस रे हमर इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड इज नेगेटिव. तो एटा थला हमर इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड रो टाइप्स. देन हम देखबा नेक्स्ट हमर क्रॉस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड. क्रॉस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड कोन ना ए चेंज इन डिमांड फॉर वन goods in response to a change in the price of another goods represent cross elasticity मतलब गोटे प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड रे चेंज आसला बेलकु कोन ना अनदर प्रोडक्ट रो प्राइस रे जदि चेंज होतबो तो से केस रे क्रॉस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड को होचे हमें it's represent cost elasticity of demand of the former goods for later goods. क्रॉस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड को हम लिखंती EC परसेंटेज चेंज इन क्वांटिटी डिमांड ऑफ अ गुड ए मतलब जोटा फर्स्ट रहला जो गुड जोटा कहूचे हमें डिवाइडेड बाय परसेंटेज चेंज इन प्राइस ऑफ गुड बी ଏଠି ଦିଟା ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ଉପରେ କମ୍ପେୟାର ହବ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟର ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟର ପ୍ରାଇସ୍ ସହିତ କମ୍ପେୟାର ହବ। ନେକ୍ସଟ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା କି ଇଲାଷ୍ଟିସିଟି ଅଫ ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ ର जरूरत कौन पड़ुଛି कि बिजनेस डिसीजन मेकिंग रे जरूरत कौन पड़ुଛି। The concept of price elasticity of demand जोटा हमने कहोजे of a great significance to the producer or seller worker and government in formulating their policies. It has a practical implication in managerial decision making on and जोटा कि हमें जो फॉलोइंग जो अच्छे हमारा पॉइंट आमे सेही कांसेप्ट रे आमे क्लियर हबा कि केमते डिसीजन मेकिंग रे सेटा हेल्प होछ। फर्स्ट असला डिटरमिनेशन ऑफ प्राइस पॉलिसी व्हाइल फिक्सिंग द प्राइस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट a businessman has to consider the elasticity of demand for the product. He should consider whether lowering of price will stimulate the demand for his product and if so to that extent whether his profit will also increase or a result thereof. If increase in his sale is more than proportionate to the reduction of price, his total revenue will increase and his profit margin will larger. And in general, for items having inelastic demand, the producer will fix a higher price, and items whose demand is elastic, the businessman will fix a lower price. Then, price discrimination. Price discrimination refers to the act of selling the technically same products at different price, different section of consumers or different in different submarkets. And the policy of price discrimination is profitable to the monopolistic. I mean, monopoly, oligopoly, जो सब market अच्छी हम पढ़े इसारा आगे को पढ़ना. When elasticity of demand for his product is different in different submarkets, those consumers whose demand is inelastic can be changed at a higher price than those with more elastic demand. Then shifting tax burden. To what extent a producer can shift the burden of indirect tax to the buyer by increasing price of his product depends upon the degree of elasticity of demand. केते burden रो tax से shift करियो कि गोटे buyer जे दबो जदि से price टा increase करछि सेटा कोन करे ना हमर elasticity of demand ऊपर सेटा depend करे. The next point is taxation and subsidy policy. The government can impose higher taxes and collect more revenue if the demand for the commodity on which a tax is levied is inelastic. On the other hand, in case of a commodity with elastic demand, high tax rate may pause to bring the required revenue for the government, and government should provide subsidy on those goods whose demand is elastic and in the production of the commodity the law of increasing returns operates. Then importance in international trade. The concept of elasticity of demand is of crucial importance in many aspects of international trade. The success of the policy of devaluation correct the adverse balance of payment depends upon the elasticity of demand for the export and import of the country. Then importance in determination of factor prices. A factor with an elastic demand can always command a higher price as compared to factor with relatively elastic demand. This helps the trade unions uh, in knowing that whether they can easily get the wage rate. Increasing bargaining capacity of trade unions depend upon the elasticity of demand for workers services. Our next point is importance in the determination of factors prices. A factor with an elastic demand can always command a higher price as compared to a factor with relatively elastic demand. This helps the trade unions in knowing that the whether they are easily get the wage rate increase, uh, bargaining capacity of the trade unions. Then pricing of joint supply product. The goods that are produced by a single production process are joint supply products. The cost of production of these goods is also joint. Therefore, while determining the prices of their products, their elasticity of demand is considered. Then the price of a joint supply product is fixed high if its demand is inelastic, and low prices is fixed for that joint supply whose demand is elastic. Then effects on use of machines on employment. Ordinarily, it is thought that use of machine reduce the demand for labor. Therefore, trade unions often oppose to the use of machine, fearing of unemployment. But this fear is not always true because use of machine may not reduce the demand for the labor. It depends on the price elasticity of demand for the product. Then public utilities. The nationalization of public utility services can also be justified when the help of elasticity of with the help of elasticity of demand for public utilities such as electricity, water supply, post and telegraph, public transportation, etc., is generally inelastic in nature. The public utilities enterprises decided their price policy on the basis of elasticity of demand, and a suitable price policy for public utility enterprise is also it also changed from consumers according to their elasticity of demand for public utility. Then output decision. Elasticity of demand helps the businessman to decide about production, and a businessman chooses their optimum product mix on the basis of elasticity of demand for various products. Obviously, ଯଦି ତୁମର product ର କିଛି demand ନଥିବ ତୁମେ ବେକାର କାହିଁକି produce କରିବ? Expenses ଅଧିକ ହବ, market ରେ demand ରହୁନି, production କରି କଣ ଫାଇଦା ରହିବ? Then ଆମର next point ହେଲା demand estimation and forecasting. Obviously ଆମେ point ରୁ ଦେଖିକି ହିଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁଛେ କଣ ନା ଆମ product ର demand କେତେ ରହିବ। ଆମେ first forecast କରିବା, मतलब future ରେ estimate କରିବା, forecast କରିବା demand କେମିତି ରହିବ ଆମ product ର। then କହିଲା estimation forecasting of demand is the art of preceding the demand for a product or services at some future date on the basis of certain present and past behavior patterns of some related events. फ्यूचर रे हम प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड कोन रहबो सेटा हम केमति जानबा ना हम प्रेजेंट रे हम प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड कोन रोची एंड पास्ट रे कोन थिला हम प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड तो से दिटा कंपेयर करले ही हम फ्यूचर रे हम प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड हेबो कि न होबो तो हम सेटा जान परिबो and demand estimation may be defined as the process of finding current value of demand for various values of prices and another determining variables. Then demand forecasting. Demand forecasting is the process of using predictivity analysis of historical data to estimate and predict the consumer's future demand. जोटा कि हमें last slide रे पढ़िले demand for a product or service, and demand forecasting helps the business to make better informed supply decision that estimate the total sales and the revenue for future period of time. And demand forecasting allows business to optimize inventory by preceding future sale को estimate करके हमर inventory कौन रहबा हम सेटा भी calculate कर परबा by analyzing historical sales data, managers can make informed business decision about everything from inventory planning and warehousing needs to running flash sales and meeting consumer expectation. Then असला criteria of good forecasting. ଗୋଟେ demand को forecast କରିବା ପାଇଁ कि कौन criteria ରହୁଛି. First asla simplicity and is the comprehension. Management must able to understand and have confidence in the technique that used in the business. Complicated mathematical and statistical technique may be avoided. Then economy. Cost must be weighted against the importance of the forecast of the operation of the business, and the criticism should be the economic consideration of balancing benefits from the increased accuracy against the extra cost that provided to improve forecasting. Then availability. Techniques should be give quick result and useful information. मतलब तुम्हें पाखे जो टेक्निक अच्छी से टेक्निक रो भी quick result and useful information तो काढ़ी परियो. Then durability of the estimating power of demand and function depends on reasonableness and simplicity of function fitted. Then accuracy. Sales forecasting is the basic marketing planning, and therefore sales forecasts should be much accurate as possible. Then flexibility. Another attribute of a good forecasting method is its flexibility. It means we should be able to accommodate some changes in the variable which determine the demand. If the model for demand forecasting is very rigid, then its predictive power is considerably reduced. Then availability of data. Any forecasting is based on the availability of data. मतलब किसी भी डिमांड कोटे प्रोडक्ट रो डिमांड यदि हमें फोरकास्ट करबा को चाहेबा बट हमको पास डाटा दरकार ना को डाटा रो में सब चेंज करियो which is fitted a model to estimate future demand. If the data whether primary or secondary is easily available, then only it can be used. If the data requirement is consumed मतलब unavailable रहला, then obviously the forecasting method is of little use. जदि तुम पाखे डाटा available है पारुची तुमको मिली पारुची ताहले it can be used. The data can be used at forecasting the demand. Then our next point is techniques of demand forecasting. Demand forecast करने पे कौन टेक्निक रोची को मेथड रोची. फर्स्ट मेथड है हमारा ओपिनियन पोलिंग मेथड. मतलब जोटा हमें कहूँ कि क्वांटिटेटिव टेक्निक जोटा हमारा रोची कि लोकंकर ओपिनियन आनिबो. देन स्टैटिस्टिकल मेथड. तो देखिबा फर्स्ट क्वालिटेटिव टेक्निक जहाँ भी रोची बा हमारा या फिर ओपिनियन पोलिंग मेथड जहाँ रोची सेटा ना. In this method the opinion of the buyer sale force and export could be gathered to determine the emerging trend in the market. गोटे प्रोडक्ट रो ट्रेंड कौन रोची मार्केट रे जानिया पे तो बायर मानन को ओपिनियन आनिबा दरकार. सेल फॉर एक्सपोर्ट जो मान रोचंदी एक्सपोर्ट जो मान अछंदी से मान गोटे ओपिनियन आनिबा दरकार. देन से मेथड को हमें आहुरी तीनटा वेरे ताको हमें डिस्क्राइब करछे. फर्स्ट होला कंज्यूमर सर्वे मेथड. The most direct method of forecasting demand is in the short run survey method कि direct हमें consumer को survey कर परिबा. And survey are conducted to collect information about future purchase plans and of probable buyer of the product. And survey may be includes मतलब complete enumerate survey मतलब under complete enumerate survey the funds has to go for door to door survey. जोटा हम कहूँ कि घर घर जाए कि सर्वे करिया पड़ो कि and for forecast period contracting all the warehouse in the area. And advantage कौन रहबा जदि हमें सर्वे करबा ना it is simple to use, quite accurate as it survey all the consumers of a product. Then it is not affected by personal bias and it is based on collected data. Then our disadvantage कौन रहेगा? Obviously तुम्हें यदि door to door जाएंगे survey करबा it is costly. Then time consuming. Then it is different and practically impossible to survey all the consumers. Obviously, the size of the data increases by changes of faulty recording and wrong interpretation, and useful only for products with limited consumer. Then next point है हमारा sales force opinion method. से consumer survey method है. Next हम देखिए कि sample survey और taste marketing. Under this method, some representative households are selected on random basis as sample, and their opinion is taken as generalized opinion. मतलब first time को हम करते ना consumer survey method रे first door to door जाके survey करते हैं. बे next देखले कौन ना हमें सेट पाएं कि कोटे कोटे representative household रखिदेले जो माने कि मतलब random basis रे हमें choose करले हम से माने करबे. And this method is based on the basic assumption that the sample truly represent in population. Then आसा हमारा sales force method. It is also known as collective opinion method. जोटा कि हमें otherwise कर पारे कि हमारा collective opinion method. In this method, interested of consumers, the opinion of a salesman is sorted. मतलब consumer needs कौन रहुची, interest कौन रहुची सेटा को हमें जान पारिबा. and गोटे salesman opinion भी मतलब पूरा sorted थिबो. It is sometimes referred the cross-route approach as it is a bottom-up method that requires each sale person in the company to take individual forecast for his or her particular sale territory. This individual forecast are discussed and agreed with the sale manager. Then advantage कौन रहेगा जो sales force method advantage कौन रहेगा? Perhaps the simplest of the forecasting method, and it is less costly. Collecting data from its own employees is easier for a farm that to do from external parties. मतलब external parties to data collect करवाटा जैसे कि मतलब easy न हेबा hard हेबा तुम ପାଇଁ कि तो easy हेबा कौन तुम निज एम्प्लॉय मान को डाटा कलेक्ट करवा. And disadvantage कौन रहेगा ना consumers taste and preferences keep changing with time, and what held well in the past may not necessarily continue to do so in the future as well. Obviously consumer ମାନଙ୍କର taste ବଦଳୁଛି ଦିନକୁ ଦିନ, ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ କି ଯାହା last ରେ ଥିଲା ସେଟା ତ କେବେ ବି ହେଇପାରିବନି, କେବେ ବି ସେଇଆ ରହୁଥିବ. Secondly, the sales force may give their biased views as the projected demand affects their future job prospect. ଯଦି ତୁମେ own employee ମାନଙ୍କଠୁ କରୁଛ may be ସେମାନେ biased ହେଇକି ଦେଇପାରୁଛ କି କାରଣ ତାଙ୍କ may be ଯଦି ସେମାନେ କିଛି ଅଲଗା କହିଲେ ତୁମେ ବି ତାଙ୍କର job ଚାଲି ଯାଇପାରେ. Then as a Delphi technique, this method is known as expert opinion method of investigation. In this method, interested of depending upon the opinion of buyers and salesmen, firms can obtain view of the specialist or expert in the respective field. Opinion of different expert are sorted, and their identity are keep identities kept secret, and these opinions are then exchanged among the various experts, and their reaction are sort and analyzed, and the process goes on until some sort on, on an immunity is arrived among all the experts. And this method is best suited in circumstances where the intractable changes are occurring. And this method is also simple to conduct and can be used whether quantitative data is not possible. Then the forecast is reliable as it is based on the opinion of people who know the product very well, and it is takes little time because ଆମେ ଏ କେସରେ କଣ କରୁଛେ ଆମର ଏକ୍ସପର୍ଟ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇ ଦଉଛେ କି ଏକ୍ସପର୍ଟ ମାନେ ଡାଟା କଲେକ୍ଟ କରିବେ and disadvantage କଣ ରହିବ the result are based on mere hunch of one or more person, not a scientific analysis. The expert may be biased. The method is subjective and forecast could not be unfavorable influenced by the person with vested interest.